Okay, hi fellow geeks, this is Nulld1g1t, and today I'm going to talk a bit more about the methodology I used in order to build the latest version of Atoms. Things changed since the last screencast I've made. Many things have changed, in fact, and I also had the opportunity to chat with plenty of people from, I would say, the four corners of this world, in order to give some information about how I did it and how to repeat it. So, okay, so I can show you something already. It's not the latest one, but this is one of the latest version of Atom, and it's running fine. So, okay, so what we're going to do now is to get basically the latest version. But before that, I'm going to do that without a net. I have not practiced or anything since the last version, but I'll talk you through the difficult part. What we're going to discuss is mostly the methodology and the changes. This is the required steps in a nutshell. The first one will be to get the depot tool, that's the usual, then get Atom, then build libchromium content, which is the Chromium-based library used by Atom Shell. Then we have to build Atom Shell, bootstrap Atom, so that we are in the Atom part finally. So Atom, which relies on Atom Shell, which relies on libchromium. Then rebuild Atom with your Atom Shell build and your Debian system libs, which we can get from the operating system. We packaged the whole lot and Bob's your uncle. But this changed. That was the original methodology, and now it's changed into a number of additional steps in number 2. It's no longer just building libchromium content. We have to do a bit more. We have to, after the bootstrap, things get problematic, and what I've noticed is you need to have the clang binaries are shipped and they're not compatible with your Debian operating system. So we have to replace that. So we have to build new clang binaries and deploy them in your operating system, replacing the existing ones with those ones. And the version that I found is 3.5. We'll get to the details in a moment. And then after that, then we can build a libchromium content library, and then we carry on the original steps as before. So let's review the methodology, the main methodology. So what do? We need the depot tools. We can get them from there. There's on the website from Google, you have all the details. So this is a link. All of that obviously will be on the blog, so you can just copy paste it, and it will be easy for you to do it. It's properly explained here. Yeah, it's a lot of finding things, how to do things right. It's not, it's a bit painful, but anyways. Then we have to add those depot tools in your path, as explained in the website. What did I write? Yes, you want to put depot tools ahead of everything else, obviously. Otherwise, GCL will refer to the GNU Common Lisp compiler, blah blah blah. That's probably part of the website. Anyways, once it's done, we have to check the required version of Atom Shell for the given version of Atom. Okay, so here that was for version 1.0.152. So what is the latest version of Atom? I went to the Atom GitHub depository, click on releases, and you can see plenty of new releases occurred. So this is 1.65. I'm going to update my documentation at the same time, so it's going to be 1.65 Atom version, Atom Shell. So I click on that, click on new tab, and select the package.json, and in here scroll down a little, and up we know which Atom Shell we need to build. So that would be 0.19.4. So I've noticed that I already had it from a previous build. You'll have to rebuild it if you didn't have the same version of Atom Shell, but honestly that's the problematic part. Well, within building Atom Shell, the complexity comes with what I just said, the wrong version of Clang and building the very long to build libchromium content library. Yes, it takes like forever, and I have quite a beast of a machine, and still it's taking plenty of time. But anyways, that's a price to pay. I have a, if my memory serves, I might have some techniques to just to build the release version to take less time. But anyways, and not build the debug version, but we'll come to that maybe a bit later. Okay, so then what's the next steps? That would be to where am I? Yeah, that would be to build to get Atom Shell. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So let's connect to my trusty dev box. This is, notice that just for information, I'm using SSH to connect, obviously. -X, it means I want to be able to basically to export my display, which means whatever X Windows based application running from this dev box, I could basically run it from the dev box and display it on my display here on this machine. That's useful to test things. So yeah, that's one aspect. The other aspect is, yes, I'm connecting as root. Some of you would say that's not good practices. I entirely agree with that, but I don't care at all, because that's just a dev box. It can be gone tomorrow, no problem, I don't care. And here I'm specifying a specific port, so I'm using port 5010. So this said, let's connect. Okay, connected. Excellent, here we are. So which version of Node am I using? Node version 0.10.32. So this version, I got it from the Node website. You could get probably a later version, but not too late, because I remember I had a few problems. But basically on the website you just say yes, 10.x, so whatever is behind that should be working. Anyways, that's not a problem, just for you to know. I use this version, you can use the same or a different one. You try it, and obviously I compile it, so you see you have the sources, and then deploy it. So another thing that we need to do is to change, well, what else? The depot tools are here. Here they are, alright. Okay. What else? Depot tools, so that's said. Yes, you want to see maybe my bash RC. So, oops. Here we go. So you can see that I have the depot tools in my path. I extended the path, so for the people who are not very familiar with changing the bash RC files. Here I'm extending the path, and in my path variable I add the existing path variable, and then column, and then the path to my depot tools where the binaries are located. Same for Node, so Node will be automatically recognized. And forget what's on the top, it's not necessary, that's Java stuff, that's for other type of projects. So this said, yes, you've noticed that when I typed Node version, it recognized, so it knows where Node is located. Okay for that, so let's carry on. So that's correct. Okay, so yeah, as I mentioned a bit earlier, I already compiled the tricky bit. Sorry, I'm not going through all of that again. However, I will point you to the right direction. So what do we do then? We go to the Atom Shell Git repository. Okay. What am I doing? I don't know. Yeah. Stupid. Okay, here we are, and you can go to yeah, so if you git clone it, which I probably did at this point, Tom-shell, I did Atom158 You get that. And if you do git tag -l, it will show you all the version that you can access, and you can see no, that's Atom. Yeah, that's Atom, and the version we're interested is 165. Sorry, that's Atom, not Atom Shell. The version we're interested is 0.19.4. What am I doing? That's Atom, not Atom Shell. Sorry about that. I do too many tests and I don't know where I am anymore. So this is Atom Shell, and this is the versions that I got at the time, and you see that was for 1.0.158, and I had at the time the right version. There were other versions, but I was only interested into this particular version of Atom Shell. So I checked it out that way. So you specify the tag /the version with a little v, don't forget that, and then I bootstrapped it. Then I went to the vendor blah 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 subfolder libchromium content in order to do my libchromium content thingy, and this is where it's located. Yes, that's interesting. What did I do with Atom Shell? Vendor. Yeah, vendor. Vendor. That's interesting. Bright tray, vendor, libchromium content. Oh, maybe I have a typo somewhere. Vendor, bright tray, vendor, libchromium content. Well, forgive. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what. Anyways, so here I am, and here you've noticed that I already did everything, because you can see my zip file containing basically the distribution of libchromium content, which is necessary. So you've noticed something. I'm not downloading libchromium content. I'm using the source code provided by the Atom Shell version. So I'm on Atom Shell 0.19.4, and from there I go to the subfolder to get to the source, and yes, that's where things get a bit pear-shaped, and that's why I have some additional data here. So this is what I did. I did the bootstrap, so I was doing this particular part, and I was watching, so here, yes, I was there. I was watching what was happening, and then at some point, this was taking a few seconds to load something, and then I see that. My, trying to download pre-built Clang. He had to do it again. Again. It makes me like near furious. That's ridiculous. Stop putting binaries in your build process. That's insane. Yeah, that's not open. Okay. Well, this said, that's my rant for today, and I had to replace it basically. So what's gonna happen then? The whole thing would just do it, and then it would fail at some point when I will try to build the product, and what I had to do basically is to get a new one. Let's see, what type of error message did I get? I forgot. Yeah, nope, that's not here. Yeah. So basically, once I saw that, so it would fail miserably, okay, at some point, and then I had to think about the solution. So this is, luckily I was able to figure it out with that. So the question was basically, where is this build version of Clang? And with a find command, I could find it there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to I'm going to MC that. Yeah, but the thing is, I already replaced it. So I replaced that. This is a bad folder, and in the bad folder you have the bad pre-built version of Clang and Clang++ and LLVM hyphen symbolizer and all the lib that goes with that. And here, so in the lib subfolder, so you have release plus asserts. In the lib subfolder you have the Clang folder, and here you have the version. That's how I figured out the version. So once I had the version, well, I had to rebuild pretty much it again. So I went to the Clang website, the LLVM-Clang website, and got the source code of the necessary thingy for Clang. So I'm just showing that to you. And it was in my folder called experiments. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, and you can see this is the source files. You have CFE 3.5, Clang Tool Extra 3.5.0, compiler RT 3.5.0, LLVM 3.5.0. Maybe not everything is necessary, but I figured out that was a proper release of Clang. There might be additional things or possibly other things you might want to remove, but I don't care. I was just very happy with that. And the good stuff about that is I found online, I cannot quote the guy who did it, but I just found it. I wanted to compile Clang, and the website, the LLVM Clang website, is quite okay in terms of how to build things. And I have found a chap who did some kind of smaller version compact, and I adapted it for this particular release. So this is what it looks like. This is a script, and of course the script I will put it in the blog entry, so you can copy paste it. It will make your life easy. So you see that it's getting the files. The compression type is XZ. That's a new type of compression. Well, why not? I don't care. And creating a few stuff. This part was complicated for me to could not figure that out. Those options. Okay, so that's a great part of it. And then the compiling. Here I just added this -J8 in order to have 8 threads while compiling this Clang to be a bit faster. Well, much faster. So that's for Clang. So what I did for Clang is not only did I build it, so the script to the whole stuff build, and I also, in fact I should add that, I did a make install. Voilà. So that's the part, that's the Clang part. So that's not compiling. Yes, why did I not write install? It's because you might have an existing version of Clang on your system. That's even very probable. So please make sure you remove it like that. apt-get remove Clang and LLVM, not only one, both of them. Then I did the make install to my fresh compiled version of Clang LLVM. That's what I just added in the script. And I had to link Clang and Clang++ from user local bin where it's installed by default. It is true, I could have figured out a way to make sure that it would be installed in user bin instead of user local bin. Well, it doesn't matter. I just created a couple of symbolic links in my system. So first remove Clang and LLVM, and then compile, install Clang and LLVM 3.5, and then create those couple of symbolic links. So if I'm going to show you that. So let's do it. Let's do it. Voilà, I'm very lazy. LSGIS. Oh, LSGIS. Yeah. Paste user bin Clang star. Dang. And you can see I did that in December 20th and 22nd. And yeah, points to user local bin clang and clang ++ to user local bin clang ++. And that's basically all that's necessary in terms of modifications after installing clang and LLVM. Alright, what was next? Yes, so once you sort this out, once it's done, when you have your new version of clang, everything is peachy, you can build basically you have first to replace it, sorry about that. So in Atom shell, I know where is located the full path of the clang binaries. Yeah, I know where is located. I'm going to just do those paths are terrible, to be honest, but anyways, I'm going to locate LVM, remove the old version. Once you created your own version, so mine was originally built in here. So if you go to, once you compile the whole stuff with the script, you have a build folder. In the build folder you have a release plus asserts subfolder. You take the whole subfolder and you copy it across. You see that they should be totally identical. You can see the dates and timestamp, it's all good. So that's this particular version. Same for that. And if you go here, you can see that's the right version of clang. So that's the bad stuff. You can delete it. It's just for you to see that I actually replaced the pre-built bloody binary of clang anyways. Alright. So it is then replaced on Atom Shell. So it means you can build Atom Shell now. And then the rest is as usual. So well, first you build your libchromium content library. So that's this particular part. You are there. Script bootstrap. It was, now it's all right because you made the right modifications. Then you do your script build. Then your script create dist in order to create a zip distribution and get everything in a zip file. That's very useful. And that also take care of, I think it was reducing the size of the library to have a proper size of libchromium content library. So I'm going to show that to you. See, I see that. I have my libchromium content zip file created. I go inside. You have the debug, the release. The release, that's what is important to us. And look at that. You have libchromium content.so. So this stuff takes like forever to build. Be patient. Do everything as I show, so you will not have much problem. And then you can get this particular release of libchromium content.so. So now, because I'm not going to rebuild the whole stuff, I did it already. I'm going to build with you guys the latest version of Atom. Let's go. Let's do that. Back to the Atom Shell. So all of that as part of Atom Shell build, that's no longer a problem. So we know that it's 065 we're interested in. Okay, latest Atom release tag. Let's do that. Maybe I'm going to create a separate folder. Yeah, I'm going to call that Atom165. Yeah. Atom165. Atom165. Oops. 165. And let's do it. Let's git clone that stuff. All right. So for the chaps who are following me, it is true I was not there online for quite some time. I had a number of problems and then a little holiday, and now I'm back and in good shape, ready to do nice projects like those ones. There will be plenty other things to come. I don't know if you are interested into Java projects, but I'm into it, so we could do that at some point. I'll show you a few stuff. Okay, for the moment, so we got this version of Atom. We're going to the Atom folder, so you see I'm just following what's on the left here, okay? And I'll do no need for a git pull because I already have it. I just got the latest. I'm just going to do my git checkout to make sure I'm on 06165. Head is now that. If you go here on 0165, so that's done for Atom Shell. That's Atom, which requires Atom Shell 19.4, and go to the releases, and look at that. You see that? And that's correct. Ah, we have a match. So I know I have my the head of the git checkout is now on this particular version, which is the one I'm interested in. Okay, so once I've checked it out, I have to delete previous Atom module. Yes, I'm just because just want to make sure everything is perfect. Let's do that. Obviously, you change your path according to where things are located on your end. Script boost up for Atom, but I'm going to do my script build. Okay, script build. Let's go back to I'll have to do my replacement stuff. Yeah, script build. That might be a bit long. Again. Let's take a look what's happening while we're building Atom. Well. Here we go. npm. What the heck? I cannot find my processes. Nah. Yeah, well, my screen isn't large enough. But basically there are plenty of npm processes. Yeah, here we go. That's, yeah. Well, basically it's doing the job. I don't know exactly how long it's going to take. Wow. Okey-doke. Okay. Yeah, something is happening. That's I always have this message. I don't know exactly why, but I don't care. It's not preventing the whole stuff to work properly. Installing models. Okay, so we'll have plenty of green ticks normally after. So yes, what we're doing is basically we are we seem to be compiling Atom, but that would be with the version of Atom, unfortunately, again, is provided with the wrong with an Atom binary, the Atom shell binary, and that's the reason why we take all this, make all those efforts to build our Atom shell binary from source, which needs libchromium content, which needs clang ahead of time. It's in order to replace the provided Atom shell library, which is shipped with Atom. That's really sad. The guys at GitHub, I don't know why they persist. I know it's convenient because they believe everybody is using Ubuntu. Not everyone is using Ubuntu, especially server-side. Many people like me are very much trusty with Debian, the original distribution. There are plenty of other good distributions. Ubuntu, I do not fancy a distribution which is backed up with commercial companies. For me, it's kind of, I want to do Windows with Linux, and I don't like it. I mean, don't get me wrong, the UI, it's all nice and convenient, but you know what? It's not giving much, it's not adding that much to the equation, I believe, to Debian, which now is using Unity, which we like or not like, which has all the bells and whistles we want. Anyways, so yes, it's a choice, it's a freedom of choice. But there were also flaws with security and privacy. At some point, I think Canonical was basically whatever type search you were doing here. Where was that? Application, or here. Basically here you were typing something and it was sending the result to Canonical, what you were doing, looking, searching. I hate that. I think privacy matters. Yeah, so that's the reason why I don't use Ubuntu, and shipping the binaries for Ubuntu is not right. Okay, guys, you have to think there are tons, and it's not only Debian, you have Mint, you have plenty of distribution of Linux that do not have those that do not use those binaries. You have to think about those guys if you really want to deploy your products across Linux distributions. So yeah, all right. So it's doing all the stuff well. Everything is ticking green. That's cool. I don't know exactly how they did that, but I find it really nice. Okay. One thing that could be improved, and possibly it's going to happen with new versions of Atom Shell. I'm going to show you something. Okay. Atom Shell. If you go to the releases of Atom Shell, look at the latest version. It's much further than the one used for the latest release of Atom. So obviously that's the engine. That's where everything is happening. There's no Atom without Atom Shell. There's no Atom Shell without libchromium content. And there are plenty of changes in that direction as well. I checked the libchromium content library, which is evolving as well, and that's the part I'm interested in. I'm looking forward to see a new version of Chrome. I don't know why, but my version of Chrome, so this is 158, which use, I don't know, maybe version 38 or something like that, or maybe less, of Chrome, and I hate that. Look, you see the movement between the drop-down menus? That's really ugly, and that was not like that in the very early versions of the product. Yeah, that sucks. So hopefully, I don't know, but maybe this stuff will sort it out. Let's see. Some might say, well, we don't care, we do everything with a keyboard, and I get it, no worry, I can understand that as well, but me, I also like to have something beautiful. And it is true that if you compare, I know it's not fair, but if you compare that with that, oh my, everything is quick in there. Everything is quick. So when Atom will get to the same level of Sublime Text, that will be the full potential, I think. For the moment, it's like a big work in progress, so we cannot be too tough on our judgments. I just find it very beautiful. I'm not using it that much, to be honest. I just cannot stand the long startup time. Look, come on, I just loaded it once. Let's try again. Oh boy, that's too long. Yeah, that's definitely too long. If you compare that with something like Sight, I know it's not made to do the same thing, but that's it's the programming. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Bang. that's wonderful. Okay. The problem with that is I saw plenty of extensions of sites, and unfortunately they're using Lua, and you know I'm not too much into those languages, and so yeah, that's not really for me. But I love it. It's beautiful. It's quick. It's that's a hell of a text editor site which use Scintilla library. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, and you need to learn Lua scripting language in order to extend it, that's not my forte, so sorry about that. Okay, so where are we? Download Atom Shell. So you see, we're supposed to be building Atom. Part of it is doing just that, but some other part again is a bad part. The bad part, which is downloading Atom Shell, which contains binaries of Atom Shell, binaries of libchromium content, binaries of the system libraries, which is used in Ubuntu and not in any other, well, not the same version used in other distribution of Linux. That's the bad part. GitHub, do something about it. That sucks. Okay. I know building everything from scratch is taking a very, very large amount of time. But please, let me give you the reason why that's the best solution. That is the best solution because instead of having one distribution of Linux, which people can build Atom on, it will be many, tons, thousands. Okay, not one or two, it's thousands of distribution. And please be sure that there are tons of people who's got Linux distribution and are doing just what I'm doing, building stuff from scratch. Okay, so from source, from scratch. That's the ultimate trust in order to have an open source. I'm not going to discuss all the terminology, but a totally free as in, like Stallman says, free as in freedom, not free beer. Okay, free product, a real free product, which I can see the source code entirely in its entirety. So yes, do that and you'll have plenty of new adopters of this product. Why am I doing this screencast? Because some people using Debian cannot compile your product, cannot use your binaries, cannot use your pre-compiled binaries because it's not possible to build it. It's too complicated. So do it. Yes, I know it's a very long run, so I'm going to stop. And then you'll make plenty of people happy. Okay, so is it almost done? Come on. So yes, I'm... and just another word about this particular version of Atom Shell. libchromium content and clang are changing for this version. So whenever Atom will catch up with this version of Atom Shell, then I know unfortunately there will be additional changes. I'll probably have to rebuild Clang. I think it will probably be Clang 3.6 in order to get this stuff running. So this said, let's see. That's taking quite some time. Done. Excellent. Without error. I love it. Okay, so now what do I see? I see Atom Shell, and I know that's not the right one. I see that there is a pre-built binary, and I know it would fail if I try to execute it manually. So let's do that just for you to see. It should fail with a typical message. Oh, that's not the one. So -shell. It should fail with the typical messages about the glibc 2.14 not found or something like that. And here we go, as expected, and that's what we are going to sort out. And you can see that's not only the Atom shell, the Atom binary, which is downloaded, but also the shared object libraries. This one is for libchromium content, we'll change it, and this one is from the operating system, and we'll change that as well. So what's the next step? The change. Let's change stuff. Okay. We've done that. Change the content of the Atom Shell subfolder. Here we go. We are on the Atom Shell subfolder with the content of Atom Shell out release. So now if I go to my Atom Shell, oops, not this one. Voilà. Atom Shell folder where I built Atom Shell with libchromium content and all the rest of things. If I go to out and release, look, I've got all the things I need here. Okay, so I'm going to, well, almost all the things. I've got libchromium content and leaf ffmpeg sumo .so. Okay, and the atom, obviously the atom binary properly built for our operating system, for our distribution of Linux. So what do we have to replace? Atom, local folders, resource folders, that. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to just overwrite it for that part. So yeah, or delete. I like to delete before. So on the left, that's our build of Atom 165, 0.165.0, something like that. And the Atom Shell content. So I want to replace Atom Shell, yeah, Atom local folder, locals folder, resource folder, dang, Atom, what else? Include ICU-DTL, lib content shell pack. Let's do that in the order of the doc. Libchromium content.so, lib ffmpeg.so, f8, let's delete all of that. Yes, done. And you see what's left is basically operating system libraries. So let's first copy our stuff. So we said we have Atom, locals, resources, content shell pack, ICU-DTL, libchromium content, lib ffmpeg.so, F5, copied. Alright, and now we are going to take care of our system libraries. So we have to replace the system libraries, so those ones which are not compatible, still compiled for glibc 2.14. We have to replace those with the one of our operating system. The name might change a little, so just rename it so they have exactly the same name here, just for the sake of being entirely without any problem. So what I found them mostly in lib x86 64 Linux GNU. So let's do that. Where are you, lib x86 underscore 64 Linux GNU, and we have libgcrypt. So that's a crypto lib. Here we go. And you can see here is libgcrypt. So basically this one is linking to this one. So this is the file. You rename this file into libgcrypt.so.11 and you copy that across. Okay. So because I'm a bit I'm checking the date, because I don't want to repeat all this stuff, I already, I think, created something called backup. No, Chromium, depot tools, just atom shell. Yeah, here they are. I think this is my libs. Test atom. Yeah, I think I can see that the size is the same. So basically what I did, I just put it aside to reuse it later. So here they are. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to replace those 3 here. So they are the one copied from my operating system and renamed. Okay, A5 copy, overwrite all targets, done. So now I have all the things I need. And now normally normally, because I should be able to run just I should be able to run Atom at this point. I have not packaged it yet, but I still have a number of stuff, some build stuff afterwards. Sorry about that. So that's not just yet the right moment to do it. Okay, what did I do then? RF Atom build. Yes, there's a temp folder where the Atom build is happening. So if you go to /tmp Atom build, and you can see that that's where Atom is being built. So you have the residue of my of my previous build, and I have to delete all of that. So I'm going to do that. RF recursive folders, and I want everything done. All right. Then I'm going to do my script build. Yes, the fact that I'm doing now script build is, oops, script build. Allez, come on. Nope. What am I doing? Yeah, I have to leave the Atom shell. So cd dot. Yeah, I'm supposed to be on the Atom shell. Ah, la 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 la. So basically, here, I've got a few missing steps. So I have to go through. Yeah, cd Atom. Once you're on the Atom folder, that's where you do script build. And just to show you the content of Atom shell, I went inside the Atom shell folder. So that's, yeah, that's what I'm saying here basically. So once you've done that, you have to go to leave the Atom shell folder. Okay, let's do it. Script build. Let's do that. Should be a bit faster this time, I hope. That's it. And this, you know, don't worry now. You replace the whole stuff. The Atom build process believes that it's already there. It should not download it again and overwrite all the work we've just done, replacing those libs for Atom shell. So don't worry about that. And it's a bit faster. I think it's not really going through all the whole build tasks. So that's good stuff. Then I'll have to do my script grunt install. And just prepare it. Hopefully we are almost there. Alright, let's do it. Bang. Okay, the install tasks. Here we'll create our Debian specific for a version of Debian. Okay, and you might wonder, where will I find, where is it located? Well, it should be located in this very temp Atom build folder. It should be there. So we'll take a look at it once it's done. So, by the way, I'd like to thank the nice chaps with whom I have good conversation on our chat system. Just for people to know, if you go on the website, so if you type nulld1g1t.yourprog.com WordPress, if you go to online chat, it will connect to the Start Chat IRC channel here, so you can do that from your chat client if you have one. If you don't have anything but a web browser, you can just connect to it like that. I'm not always there, but when I'm there, I'm happy to share information, and that's how I had a nice chat with plenty of people. In fact, from Brazil, from the United States, from New Zealand. I also received some messages from people in India. So that's really cool. I like it. Feel free to connect if I'm there. We can have a chat, discuss the build process if you experiment some problems or other. Okay, so that's done. And you can see, oh, they're telling you where it's created. So now I have the Atom 065 version. So if I just ls that, yes, it's there. Okay. Not only that, where I am at the moment, I should be able to run it just to make sure that it's working. I'm running it. And remember, I exported my X display. Not even sure if something is happening. Come on. Nah, nothing is happening. Alright, that's disappointing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's strange. Blah 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 blah. Darwin blah blah Linux. Nah. No. Let's just go through. Should work. I think I just need to download it. Okay. So I'm gonna give it a try. And of course I don't have all my FTP stuff. Do I? Oh yeah, I do. That's cool. Okay. Ah, that's not the right port number. Yeah. Hoppa. So we said it was on the temp folder. What? That's TMP, not temp. Here we go. Atom build. Yay! This is my binary file. Let's put that on the desktop. Desktop. Download. 88 megs. They're larger and larger. Alright. Okay, I'm going to leave the dev box now. I've done the job. Everything is happy. Alright. Let's close all of that. Let's make some room. On my desktop, I have my dev file. I'm going to... what I'm going to do is I have a temp folder already. That's for other project. I'm not going to tell you everything now. Atom tests. Here you go. Let's put this stuff inside. Let's extract it. And let's test it and let's see if it works. I'm excited. I like to see a new version of stuff. So I'm not going to use the user bin, but the user share. This folder. Control L, Control C, CD paste. Oops. Here we go. Are you ready? Atom lovers. Yes, and here we are. 0165 is now up and running. Let's see if the rest is working as expected. Control P project. How do we do a control comma? Oh, I forgot that. I seem to have plenty of things. I think to have that. It's all good. Tac. View, edit, toggle commands. Well. Developer, selection, find buffer. I think maybe we need to open a file or something. Let's open a file. And I don't have code right now. You know what? Let's download the front page of the website. Okay. Inspect element. View page source. Where are you? Zoom out. Save page as. Voilà. Desktop temp. And let's do that here. Save. Voilà. I've got the page. Wonderful. Open file. Desktop temp. And this is a page. Ta-ta! Yeah! That's not bad at all. Looking okay. I can do this. It's a bit slow to respond. Yeah. Yeah. I can change the size of the font crazily. Yeah. That's cool. I can use command palette. No, I don't do that. Will not see anything. Control P works perfectly. It's indexing quickly. That's cool. I can open stuff. Yeah, I don't show you everything. What else can I do? Control comma. No. Yeah, control comma works. That's cool. Let's see my packages. It's connecting through the internet. It's updating. They are all up to date. Happy. Themes. I do not have. Yeah, I like to have Monokai theme. So let's do that. Install it. Okay, Monokai installed. Let's change to Monokai. Yes, something happened. And yes, I have my nice Monokai theme. Lovely. Hee. Allez, Control F. Yeah, everything seems to be working properly. Yeah. Nulld1g1t. Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah. Well, happy. It works. In the settings, what else do I have? Preview, blah blah, time cop. Well, the good thing about this product is you can deactivate most of the things here. That's kind of cool. The first thing I deactivate usually is the feedback. I'm a bit paranoid. No, not at all. But I'll do that later. Okay, so that concludes our build of the latest version of Atom for Debian 7 64-bit. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a bit long. Sorry about that. But at least we did it live. But without any net or editing. It's unplugged or plugged and unplugged at the same time. Voila. Okay, see you next time.